front of others, perform in front of others, and then talk about the process. And
hey guys, it's Trisha. Almost lunchtime. I guess we've just had our lunch, so it's lunchtime of day 5. Chloe is getting all tied up back here. Can you find a space to not interfere? It's like, no. What are you doing? Other way! Other way! Come on! Hey! You're interfering with my mojo. Joe, get your mo with your Joe. Go on. Oh, you're a pain. Chloe's a pain. Chloe's a pain. Okay. Day 5. And we are right now in North Battleford, Saskatchewan. We stopped at the No Frills to pick up some lunch materials like some pita and some salad and a couple of bananas, because the bananas do not stay in the truck. They just get squished and then we find this big blob of grossness. What else did she pick up? And some chicken. And so we made up some pita pocket sandwiches for lunch, a cup of tea, a banana, and we're at a park. So we did that in our little kitchen area on the back of our truck, which is pretty cool, in the shade. We are heading to Cold Lake, Alberta today. It's going to be a shorter day. We decided we just cannot do any more basically 10, 11, 12 day trips. Like I've been saying, if Google says it's 9 hours, that's all your drive time. You have to add almost 2 hours or more depending on what kind of stops you make. So keep that in mind. We've decided that was it. We were not going to do any more of those nights. We've just gone ahead and added one extra night to our trip out. So instead of getting to Twin Gorges Territorial Park in Northwest Territories on Saturday, we're going to get there on Sunday. No biggie. So that allows us to stop and have lunch and go for a nice walk and not worry about timing. And we should get to the campground, whichever campground we decide to go to that has space, at a much reasonable time before dinner, we're hoping, so that we can set up the tent, maybe set up the screen tent because the bugs are so bad, and have a nice dinner and relax for the evening before we have to get on the road again tomorrow to head to our next stop, which would be Peace River, Alberta. So that's the basic update, is where we are, and that if you have the time, you might want to consider those days and how long they are, and whether or not you really want to do that. I think also on the way home we'll probably add another day, which I had already anticipated, because going home is it's more difficult to push yourself because you're going home. And I mean, I love our home. I love being there within reason, but it's not as exciting as going on a trip to a new and exciting place. So Saskatchewan is very flat. We haven't gotten very much video of the land because I'm sure it's pretty flat, and I mean, the canola fields and some of the landscape is quite beautiful. Do not misread me on that, but it is very similar to each other. Now we've seen some gophers and mockingbirds, muskrats, egrets. We saw a juvenile bald eagle this morning. So not a lot. Oh, and we saw a couple of foxes and about 3 jackrabbits. So those are, you know, it's always cool to see new things and be kind of amazed by the different wildlife and that you get to see in different places. I know the trip out may not be as exciting, but anybody who's looking at wanting to do a trip like this, I'm hoping that you're finding some tips in this. We will probably be doing a video near the end, maybe even from at home, talking about the things that we're glad that we took in the truck, the things we wish we hadn't brought, things that we wish we had brought, and some kind of lists like that. Also talking about some of the equipment that we've gotten For example, our new Marmot 4-person tungsten tent. It's pretty light, pretty easy to put up, very bright and cheerful because it's orange and gray. But we've had a few issues with moisture, and I'm not quite sure how that's going to translate. But for example, when we were staying in Uppsala 2 nights ago, the entire inside of the tent, the fly and everything, the poles, soaking wet. Now, that could have been a fluke because it was very, very foggy in the morning, so maybe it was just, you know, the amount of humidity in the air. But the inside of the tent didn't get wet. But I don't know if I've ever had a tent where you took off the fly and it felt like there was dew on the inside and the outside of it. So I guess we're gonna have to wait and see, and we'll let you know as we're going. But it is a very easy tent to put up.
That fun? Okay, good job. Wait. Okay, up. Wait. Okay.
You're pretty lazy. Good girl.